हेलो डियर स्टूडेंट, माई सेल्फ रविंद्र द्विवेदी फिर से एक बार. ओके, सो टुडे माई लेक्चर इज ऑन कोलिजन इन प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन. Most of the student faces issue in this type of questions while there is a collision in projectile motion. Okay, so today I am dealing collision in projectile motion. So let first case. Okay, case 1. Let there is a horizontal ground and there is a vertical wall of sufficient height, okay, and particle is projected at some distance x or d, it is given, okay, with certain angle theta with initial speed u. Okay, this wall is inelastic and coefficient of restitution for this wall is E. Okay, I am letting there is a inelastic collision between ball and particle. Okay, this is ball, coefficient of restitution is E. So if there is no ball in the path of this projectile, then particle will follow this parabolic path and will land here, but due to this wall, particle will not continue move behind the ball. It will be after collision it will be returns back in this way. Okay, so let the speed with which it strike the particle is u. So this initial velocity, striking velocity is u. So it have two components. One component is ux, this is vx, this is taken vx. So this component is vx and vertical component is vy. Vx is always along the x-axis, it will be ux along the horizontal before collision. This is the horizontal velocity before the collision, horizontal velocity before collision, this is vertical velocity. So this v velocity will have two components, vx and vy. Okay, in which vy will not change because impulse will act perpendicular to the wall. At the time of collision, impulse will act perpendicular to the wall. So vertical velocity just after collision will remain same, that is vy dash is also vy. It will not change because there is no impulsive force along the y-axis. Okay, so only x component of velocity will change. So after the collision, this is the diagram after collision. Okay, after collision with ball, vertical component velocity just after collision will be same as before the collision. So that is vy, and horizontal velocity along x-axis will change vx dash. It will be evy, evx. Okay, and vx is ux, so it will beeux. So just after first collision, horizontal velocity will beeux. Okay, so with this velocity it will move in another position. Suppose the motion start from O and it lands at point P. Okay, and this is the ball. So particle will land at point P. In this type of collision, time of flight will not change. The time taken from O to this point, suppose is Q, and time taken from Q to P, the total sum of time T1 plus T2. T1 is the time from O to Q and T2 is the time from Q to P. That will be the total time of flight. Okay, and the maximum height of projectile will be same as uy square upon 2g. It will also not change. Okay, what is uy? Uy is here u sin theta and ux is here u cos theta. Okay, so where it will land the particle, we can find the total time. So how we can write T1 and T2? T1 we can write, suppose this distance is x dash, okay, and this distance is x, okay. So t1 we can write x upon, along the horizontal direction, velocity is the time taken from this point to this point is, that is ux, and the time taken from q to p will be x dash uponeux, and this will be the total time of flight. Total time of flight 2uy upon g. Time of flight will not change, because for the time of flight we take vertical displacement equal to 0. So time of flight will remain constant, okay. So putting the values, we can find x dash where it will particle land, okay. So x upon u cos theta plus x dash upon e into u cos theta is equal to 2 u sin theta upon g. So from here we get x dash, okay. Suppose we asked in this question, after the first collision with the ball, particle returns to the original point O, then x dash will be x, okay. So putting x dash is equal to x if particle returns to the point O, same point, okay. So we can write this equations like this: x upon u cos theta plus x upon eu cos theta is equal to 2u sin theta upon g. So for here we can find the distance x also. What is the value of x? So that particle returns to original point. So we can find x, okay. 1 plus 1 upon e is equal to 2u sin theta upon g. So solving this, we can find x is equal to 2u square sin theta cos theta upon g 1 plus e, okay. Collision inelastic. So you know this is 2u square sin theta cos theta upon g. This is range of complete projectile motion. So we can write this value r upon 1 plus 1 upon e. E is always greater than 0 and less than 1, okay, less than equal to 1, okay. So value of x here we can find range upon 1 plus e, okay. So using this way. So we take another case too, okay, when if collision is elastic, then we take e is equal to 1, so we can find x, okay. Understood? Now we are taking another case. Suppose we have two balls. Suppose we have two balls, okay. Case taking case 2. Two balls which are situated certain distance apart. These are two balls which are separated certain distance d apart, okay. And particle, these balls are large enough, okay. These balls are large enough, and this ball is not elastic surface. So it is coefficient of restriction for this surface is suppose E1, and coefficient of restriction for this surface is E2, okay. We are taking different coefficient of restriction, okay, and ball is projected at a distance x from here with certain velocity u at angle theta, okay. So after first collision, let after 3 collision or 4th collision, it will come to the same point. It can be given. So let after 4 collision it comes to the same point. How we can solve this? Okay. So after first collision, you know the horizontal velocity will be EU. In this way, particle will move in here. Okay. And this is the first collision, and this is the second collision, and this is E1 U, because coefficient restriction is E1, okay. And second collision occurs here. So after second collision, this horizontal velocity is E2 of E1 U, okay. E2 of E1 u. Okay, and this is the third collision. After third collision, it continuously move in here, and this velocity, horizontal velocity, will be E1 E2 u into E1. Okay, and this velocity after fourth collision, this is the third collision, this is the fourth collision, and particle returns to the same point, and this velocity will be of this value E1 square E2 square u. Okay, this is the velocity after fourth collision. Okay, so how we can write the time equations? Okay, so first from this is the point O, and this is the point A, this is the point B, and this is the point C, and this is the point D, and after it comes O. Okay, so we are writing the time equations. Okay, so first time it will move from O to A. So time taken from O to A, the time will be T1. It will be x upon velocity along x-axis, that is ux. Okay, and O to A to B, A to B, the time will be T2, and it will be, this distance will be whole distance D, so D upon E1 ux, E1 ux. Okay, and time B to C, we can write time B to C, time is T3. So B to C time is T3. It will be D upon, again this D distance is will travel D distance, and the horizontal velocity after second collision. So it will be E1 E2 u ux. Okay, and similarly for time taken from C to D, so it will be T4 T4. Okay, so this time will be also D upon, and this velocity is E1 square E2 u. Okay, and from D to C, the time will be D to C, the time will be T5. Okay, and it will be distance, it will move D minus x upon, this velocity is E1 square E2 square ux. Okay, so the total time will be T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4. This is T1, this is T1, and this is T2, this is T3, this is T4, this is T5, and that should be equal to total time of flight, that is 2u y upon g. Okay, so putting the values here, we can write x upon, this is x upon ux plus d upon u1 ux E1 ux plus this is d upon E1 E2 ux, and this will be d upon E1 square E2 ux, and this will be d minus x upon E1 square E2 square ux is equal to 2uy upon g. Okay, so we can write the time equation in this way. For this, now we can put the values and we can find x, so that the particle will return to the same point. How we can solve for x? Putting the values. So here x we are required, so x, take 1 upon ux common. Okay, 1 upon ux common, so we can write x plus d upon E1 plus d upon E1 E2 plus d upon E1 square E2 plus d minus x upon E1 square E2 square is equal to twice uy is u sin theta upon g. Okay, and u cos theta, this is u cos theta. So we can write x plus d common, we can take common 1 upon E1 plus 1 upon E1 E2 plus 1 upon E1 square E2 1 plus d minus, and this is plus d1 minus x upon E1 square E2 square, okay, is equal to 2u, and this will move here, so 2u sin theta into u cos theta upon g. So we can solve x from this, and this we can take common x, okay, and we can find x also. If collision is elastic here, then we can take E1 E2 is equal to for both the ball 1. If collision is completely elastic, then we can take E1 is equal to 1 for both the balls, if we are taking both balls are completely elastic. If both balls are identical elastic but not completely elastic, then take E1 is equal to E2 is equal to E. So we can also put the values of E1 E2. If it is different, then we can write the equation. If it is same, then we can write elastic collision for 1. In elastic collision, it can be write E1 is 2 is equal to E. So we can solve for x, okay. So in this way we can solve. So have you understood the concept how we can solve these types of collision problems in projectile? Got my point? So I am Ravindra Dwivedi, mentor of toppers at Gyankal. So you can keep watching me in YouTube and join me offline at Gyankal Dehradun. Thank you.